Aloha miners, Technicals here. Quick sort of impromptu gonzo sort of update video on salad.io. We did a video on Salad with the 3080 Ti and the 7900X, and the earnings were great. Appreciate all the comments, everyone talking about the tips and tricks with Salad. I've employed quite a few of those. Someone mentioning that Salad, to bait you in, doubles your earnings in the beginning. Although I found after the first 24 hours, my earnings stayed pretty consistent. So we're gonna go over what Salad rigs I have now because I've deployed two more, what cards I'm using, what hardware I'm using, what kind of earnings I'm getting, and what my plans are moving forward. All right, so first up here is the original rig. This is a 7900X and a 3080 Ti. Let's take a look at the 7 days because I didn't deploy anything else until we got here. This is where I deployed the rest of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just omit this first day. This day had significant internet outage. I've got my feeder line is bad, so they're replacing that. So let's add that up real quick to see what this rig by itself earned in the first 7 day period. So no tomfoolery here, Ryzen 7900X. It's 64 gigs of RAM because that's a big component of it, how much system RAM that you have. As well as the 3080 Ti, which is only a 12 gigabyte card. Now some people saying that the 12 gig VRAM cards weren't doing as well as of late, but my earnings are staying pretty consistent. So in this first 7 day period here, starting at the 350 day, ending here on the buck 87 day, that's a total of 1669 for the first week on one rig. So that's times 4, 66 bucks per month. And again, this is pulling about 500 watts. So that's 500. I don't have a 10 key on here, so I'm gonna normie it and times 24 equals, so 12 times 0.0756 is my current power rate. It's about 90 cents a day times 30 days. It's 27 bucks per month to run this rig minus 66.78 is 40 bucks a month in profit. So originally when Salad comes up, it'll tell you what they expect you to earn, and it usually just says 40 bucks. For all three rigs, it has said 40 bucks. So I think that's revenue that they're saying, but this is profit. So one GPU, one CPU, and I don't think you really need a high-end CPU because the poverty rig that I'm running, and we'll see that, is actually running a very low-end CPU, and it's getting pretty decent figures too. So 40 bucks a month in profit for this one 3080 Ti. If we check over on hashrate.no, we'll go to GPUs, and we'll do 3080 Ti. The most profitable thing right now, Zealous is appearing on the calculator websites. It's saying 71 cents. We nudge this down, 0.75. I don't know if it'll take it. Okay, so it puts me at 0.8 on, it rounds me up to 0.8 or 8 cents on hashrate.no. It's saying that I'll rip a buck a day. So that's 30 bucks a day for one 3080 Ti in revenue. And that's just revenue. So, you know, you back out, so it says profit 24 hours, 40 cents. So, you know, that's significantly less. You're making a lot more on Salad with this setup. All right, so now I'm over here with the 4070 and another 7900X. Threw it on the test bench. I was gonna do vast.ai on here, but I'm gonna set up a redundancy internet line before I start connecting Vast and TensorDoc and things like that, just for an added security measure, because I'd like to keep everything hyper segregated in terms of, when we start opening up all these ports and creating VLANs and stuff, that kind of stuff confuses me and it leaves me a little uneasy if I've got, you know, virtual networks and things like that in my home network. I'd rather just, I'm more of the mindset of just get something completely different that's completely segregated, that there's no interoperability, there's sort of an air gap, so to speak. Plus I want a redundancy line anyway for the mining shed, so I'm thinking of getting in Starlink. So I think I'm gonna wait and do that then. But Salad for right now is fine. 4070 and 30 or 7900X, 64 gigs of RAM as well. On this system, also ripping about a little bit more. So it seems, you know, kind of in line with the performance of the 3080 Ti, because the 4070 is a 12 gigabyte card as well. But you can see the earnings over the past 7 days. This is combined with the 3080 Ti rig, so it's not going to give you a 1-for-1. But this system's saying I'm going to get 224 to 468 per day, and that seems to be true, in line. Crypto mining is off, video streaming is off. It is only container jobs on this, and so I've been checking back and forth in the WSL folder for the containers, because this one did drop down significantly, and I did the restart. Thanks to Brandon Coin for that tip. Check out Brandon Coin's videos. He's doing a lot of salad videos too. He would just turn off salad, reboot the machine, and it would pull a new container. And that seemed to work out well, because now I'm back to getting close to $5 on the top end here. And over the last 24 hours, again, that's both machines, the 3080 Ti and this 4070 at 570. Now we move on to this, the poverty rig. I'm gonna do a separate video on this, and I know I made the video, don't do budget mining rigs, but I also said that I'm a hypocrite and I want views, so I'm gonna do a video on this. This is an i5, I think, or maybe an i7 7700. It's a very old CPU. With the stock Intel cooler, 2080 Ti. So that's another, that's an 11 gigabyte card. Super poverty rig. I did not buy anything for this rig. I put in every bit of DDR4 that I could fit in it, and only 4 slots, because it's just a regular ATX board. But I was able to get 32 gigs of DDR4 in here, and just that bare bones. Old case, dusty case, didn't buy a damn thing for it, and still 79 cents to $1.84 it's saying per day with this old ass card and this old ass case. And on top of that, I've not seen it pull more than 230, maybe 250 watts. So that's about half the power cost. It's about 25 cents a day that it's going to be pulling in electricity per month. Still profitable, very profitable, especially considering that all this stuff is, there's no question of ROI time or, the investment of this thing. And if you're thinking of building a poverty rig, your situation may vary. I don't know that I would go out and buy old equipment for this, given the uncertainty of Salad's earnings in the future. But if you already got this shit laying around, just throw it together, or don't, because I want to keep my earnings high. But yeah, right now, and showing on the past 24 hours, it hasn't even been going 24 hours yet. I've got another 12, it's only been going 12 hours roughly, and it's saying 78 cents. So that's kind of in the range. If it makes $1.40, certainly profitable. Again, absolute poverty rig. This rig over here is probably the best one with the 4070, because it's a very efficient card. And if you look, I've not seen that break 350 in terms of wattage. And that's the only thing on that. These are separated, these power meters. So very efficient over there. So the profits are much higher, much more efficient rig, but much more expensive equipment, modern current gen equipment. This is like, 5, 6, 7, was it 5 years old, 6 years old. And it's there, it's working. So I'm really liking this, the whole Salad setup. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a poverty rig build for this, because that seems to get views. But otherwise right now, Salad doing great. So more people get on with higher end equipment. That means less earnings for things like a poverty rig. But for right now, if you got it laying around, smoke them if you got them, right? That's what my dad used to say back when I was 12. He's like, smoke them if you got them, Matt. And he would pull out a carton of cigarettes and he would say, smoke this carton of cigarettes. Anyway, salad.io, link in the description below. I'm going to put a link to Salad. I'm not going to put my referral or my code, because you don't make anything, and I don't want to be called a shill. So check it out. GPU earnings kind of blow ass right now. So if you got a GPU rig, take a few out. I'm sure you got some CPUs and motherboards laying around. Slap one together, see what you get. Get your little Amazon gift card and use that gift card to buy from links in my description, because I'd rather the Amazon referral income. Do that. Yeah, do that. No Salad link. Use the Amazon links. Anyway, if you like videos like this, let me know in the comments below if there's something else you want to see on Salad, or if you want to see a Vast AI or TensorDoc or other sort of distributed compute platform. Let me know that in the comments below as well. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you're not already. I'm TheTechnicals. See you next time.